Ever wondered when and how the Pokemon trading card game started? Well, let's take a trip back in time. The year was 1996. The birthplace? Japan, where Media Factory, a creative powerhouse, brought forth the Pokemon trading card game. Now, imagine the excitement, the intrigue, the absolute buzz that this game created. It was like nothing else before it. The game was a hit, to say the least. Kids and adults alike were drawn to the colorful cards and the intricate gameplay. It was a phenomenon that was impossible to ignore. And so, it didn't take long for the game to catch the attention of Wizards of the Coast. Fast forward to 1999, the game made its grand entrance into the United States. The reception was nothing short of phenomenal. It was like a tidal wave had hit the gaming industry, bringing with it a frenzy of Pokemon enthusiasts. And that, folks, was the start of the Pokemon trading card game phenomenon that swept the globe. So, what's the deal with the gameplay of the Pokemon trading card game? Well, it's not just about flipping cards and hoping for the best. There's a method to the madness, and it all starts with your deck. You see, a player's deck is made up of 60 cards, which can include any combination of Pokemon, Trainer, and Energy cards. Now these aren't just for show. Each card type serves a unique purpose in the game. Pokemon cards, they're your main players, your champions in the arena. Each Pokemon card has its own set of abilities and powers, and it's these that you'll use to battle your opponent's Pokemon. Some can deal damage, others can heal, some can even change the rules of the game, making each match a unique experience. Then there are the trainer cards. Think of these as your sideline coaches, giving you that extra boost when you need it. They can do a variety of things, from healing your Pokemon, to fetching cards from your deck, to even disrupting your opponent's strategy. Finally, we have the energy cards. These are what you need to power your Pokemon's abilities. Without energy, your Pokemon are just pretty pictures on cardboard. But with it, they become formidable fighters, ready to take on any challenge. The goal of the game? Simple. Knock out your opponent's Pokemon by dealing enough damage, or make them run out of cards to draw from their deck. Easy, right? But here's where strategy comes into play. You can't just throw your cards around willy-nilly. You have to plan your moves, consider your options, and anticipate your opponent's strategy. You see, the Pokemon trading card game isn't just a game of chance, it's a game of skill. It's about knowing when to attack, when to defend, when to play that trainer card, and when to save your energy. It's about outsmarting your opponent and making the right moves at the right time. So remember, it's not just a game of luck but a game of strategy. A great Pokemon trainer always plans their moves ahead. Ever caught a glimpse of a shiny Charizard card and wondered how rare it is? Let's dive into the world of Pokemon cards, where the line between common and super rare can sometimes be thinner than a Pikachu's tail. First, let's talk about Pokemon card types. The most common ones are Pokemon cards, trainer cards, and energy cards. Pokemon cards, as you might guess, represent different Pokemon with their unique abilities and power levels. Trainer cards, on the other hand, are like your toolkit, assisting your Pokemon in battles. And lastly, energy cards are the fuel that powers your Pokemon's moves. Now within these types, cards can be classified based on rarity. Common cards, denoted by a small black circle, are your everyday companions. Uncommon cards, marked by a diamond, are slightly harder to find. Rare cards, symbolized by a star, are where things start getting exciting. But hold on to your Pokeballs, folks. We're about to step into the realm of the super rare. These are the cards that make collectors' hearts race faster than a Rapidash in a prairie. We're talking about holofoil, reverse holofoil, and the crown jewel, secret rare cards. Holofoils shimmer like a Starmie's core. Reverse holofoils have a unique shine to the card's frame. And secret rares? Well, they're so rare, they're numbered higher than the total number of cards in the set. Now let's add a dash of humor here. There are tales of fans who've gone to unbelievable lengths to snag these rare cards. One fan reportedly traded their car for a shiny Charizard. Another allegedly skipped rent for 2 months to afford a secret rare. Now, we're not suggesting you do the same, but it sure adds some color to the world of Pokemon card collecting, doesn't it? And let's not forget about the shiny or holographic cards. These are like the cherry on top of the Pokemon card sundae. They're the same cards we all know and love, but with a shiny, reflective coating that makes them stand out in any collection. So next time you spot a shiny card, you'll know just how lucky you are. Did you know some Pokemon cards could make you a millionaire? It's not a jest, nor is it an exaggeration. Some of the rarest Pokemon cards in existence have sold for staggering amounts, rivaling the prices of precious artifacts at renowned auctions. let's take a trip down memory lane and revisit some of the most expensive Pokémon cards ever sold. First on our list is the Pikachu Illustrator card. This card is often referred to as the Holy Grail of Pokémon cards. Only 39 of these cards were ever produced, and they were given as prizes in a Japanese art competition back in the late 90s. The card features a charming illustration of Pikachu, holding what appears to be drawing tools. In 2019, one of these cards sold for a whopping $200,000. Yes, you heard it right. A Pokémon card sold for the price of a luxury car. Next we have the #1 trainer card, another rare gem in the Pokémon card world. This card was not sold in packs or stores. Instead, it was awarded to finalists in the annual Secret Super Battle tournament held in Japan. The card grants access to a secret tournament, making it not only a collector's item but also a ticket to an exclusive event. This card fetched a staggering price of $90,000 in an auction in 2020. So, why are these cards so valuable? It boils down to a few factors: rarity, condition, and demand. These cards are scarce, which automatically boosts their value. Their condition is also critical. Cards in mint or near mint condition fetch higher prices. Lastly, the demand for these cards is sky high. Pokémon card collecting has a massive, passionate community, and these cards are the crowning jewels. Who knew that playing with Pokémon cards could be such a lucrative hobby? It's fascinating, isn't it? Today's play could become tomorrow's treasure. Now, aren't you tempted to check your old Pokémon card collection? So, what has been the global impact of the Pokémon trading card game? Well, let's take a moment to delve into that. Since its inception, the Pokémon trading card game has taken the world by storm, charming the hearts of millions across the globe. With a presence in over 75 countries and translated into 13 languages, it's safe to say that Pokémon cards have transcended geographical boundaries. The game's popularity is not confined to just children. It has found a fan base among adults too, proving that age is just a number when it comes to the love for Pokémon. And talk about influence on pop culture. Pokémon cards have inspired art, fashion, and even music. They're not just game cards, they're cultural artifacts, symbols of a generation. They've become a commonality that connects people, a shared language that transcends cultures. Moreover, the success of the game continues to soar. Despite the rise of digital gaming, the Pokémon trading card game has managed to hold its ground. Year after year, it's been generating billions in sales, and the numbers are only growing. It's not just a game, but a thriving industry, creating jobs, driving economic growth, and contributing to the global economy. Clearly, the Pokémon trading card game has left its mark on the world, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. From a humble beginning to a global phenomenon, the journey of Pokémon cards is a testament to the power of imagination and the universal appeal of storytelling. So, what have we learned about the Pokémon trading card game today? Well, we've certainly been on a journey, haven't we? We've dipped our toes into the rich history of this iconic game, tracing its origins back to when it was just an idea in someone's head. We've seen how it grew, evolved, and took the world by storm, just like a Charizard using Flamethrower. We've dived into the gameplay mechanics, understanding the strategy and skill that goes into every match. It's not just about having the rarest cards, but about knowing how to use them effectively. It's like a game of chess, but with more fire-breathing dragons and adorable electric mice. Speaking of rare cards, we've looked at the variety of them, from common to super rare. They're not just pieces of cardboard, but treasures that can bring joy, nostalgia, and if you're lucky, a hefty price tag. We've seen cards that are worth more than a used car, and that's not even considering the priceless sentimental value they hold for many. In the end, we've seen the immense impact of the Pokémon trading card game, not just as a game, but as a cultural phenomenon. It has brought people together, sparked friendships, and even careers. It's more than just a game, it's a part of our lives. Whether you're a seasoned player or a newbie, there's always something fascinating to discover about the Pokémon trading card game. Until next time, keep catching 'em all.